You're tuned in to the State of Modern Philippines or the Stump. Mark here, and we're back for round 2 action. We have JV Tat up against Seth Salvador. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit that bell button so you get notified for our newest videos. Okay, we're back for round 2. This is Mark, and I have Jace with me again. And we have JV Tan on your left and Seth Salvador on the right. JV is familiar to me because I always see him play modern tournaments as well as standard. Although, while Seth, I'm not familiar with him. How about you, Jace?
Actually, I'm not familiar with either of them, but I'm pretty sure that even though we don't have any familiarity with Seth, I'm pretty sure that he will put up a good fight in here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
He's
just see.
1-0. Probably he will.
Yeah, let's just see what's gonna happen in this game, and hopefully we can provide good information on what kind of decks they are using.
Uh-huh.
I like his sleeves, actually, the dragon motif.
Yeah, I think it's Dragon Shields.
Oh, I see. So dragon shields are now producing
I think.
arted sleeves.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. I think it's they have 5 designs. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure if Jivitan's playmat is still Magic or it's Harry Potter. It
It's
looks like
Magic.
the location where the Goblet of Fire is, where Voldemort killed Cedric.
Yeah. Okay, so Snake
Ooh,
Eyes.
that's a bad roll.
Snake Eyes. You know what? I want to suggest something. If let's say we roll the die and you got double 6, so most likely I will never win.
Yeah.
But you know, I can still win if I get
Snake
Snake
Eyes.
Eyes double 1. Yeah, like playing games of the general. The
Yeah.
general, the spy is the highest rank. It can defeat the general, but
Yeah.
the spy gets
Can-
defeated by the
by,
private, the
yeah.
lowest rank. Piece. You know.
Actually, that spices things up, but you know, I think that's a good one if you're on a play group that's
You
easy
know.
to adapt to things
Yeah.
like that.
It's just an idea.
But
You
that's
know.
actually a good idea.
Yeah, so that you still have a chance to be on the play.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer the odd or even die roll instead of high roll.
High rolls.
Yeah. All right, so I see a terminus for JV Tan, so it's probably
Either
blue white
or
control
just card control.
and
green.
green. So
Okay, it's a flooded
it's
strength.
definitely a control deck. And JV, look at the
Yeah, I think he got confused with art.
when
Ooh, that's a turn 2 spells kite. It's
probably Giant Arbor. There's a
yeah,
Giant Arbor that looks like a
a basic forest.
basic forest.
But this is bad news for control decks usually. Not every time, but a turn 2 spells kite. And it's I don't know what the set is trying to do, but that's actually
It's very unconventional.
unconventional strategy.
Yeah.
Turn 2 spells kite.
Yes, it is. But for control decks nowadays, I think it's not an issue anymore because you can have terminus.
Yeah, yeah.
Before, when they don't have terminus yet, probably it is. It is an issue. So let's see what deck is Seth playing. And
And what is that card?
I think that's
Can't see.
an elf, the one with poison.
Glistener Elf.
Yeah, Glistener Elf.
Ooh.
So it's infect for Seth.
Okay,
And of course-
so we're looking at infect with main board spell
Spell
Kite to prevent
Removal.
no, not really. Yeah, removal plus they can make sure that all his pump spells will go there probably.
Yeah. I think it's
Yeah.
mainly for removal.
Yeah, I guess.
So it's Path to Exile. Let's
So
see
Glistener Elf.
if Seth will pay 2 life. There you go. That takes care of this spell's guide. I guess Seth is not favored here in this match.
Okay, we see a Field of Ruin.
And that will take care of the Inkmot Nexus.
Yeah.
How much to activate the Field of
Inkmot?
Ruin? No, the Field.
Field of Ruin is 2. 2 to
Alright.
activate.
Okay, so
Got a pump spell.
and then
Attacking 4.
poison counters.
I'm not sure what how many increment does that pump do. I can't see.
Me too. I'm not familiar with the pump spell there.
Yeah. If it's G growth, it's probably +3.
But I doubt that's G growth. So JV flashes
Or if it's a Might of Old Crosa because he played it on main phase.
flashes a
Oh no, it's not because Snapcaster was able to.
block. No. JV cast
casted the
Path to
Path to
Exile. So it takes one poison counter. And this is the first time the poison counter
It
is
was
used
yeah.
the overlay. And the tension spear. So Seth is in big trouble.
I'm not sure. Oh, he's going to use Snapcaster for blocking the Nexus probably.
That's fine. Can't be blocked.
Alright, so why didn't Snapcaster attack? I'm not sure why. Groundswell. That's a +4.
And
Because
with
there's
the
a landfall.
Yeah. But I think he's not afraid of that because he has Field of Ruins.
Yeah.
And the Infected doesn't have many creatures, so
Two Field of Ruins in play.
yep, so it takes care of the Inkmot
Inkmot.
Nexus now. And this is gonna be tough for Seth. This deck is like Boggles, where there's not a lot of creatures.
Yeah, it's a glass cannon deck actually.
There's a surge of Infect recently, so it's a good deck to bring into a tournament.
And actually, no one. It's rare for us to see Infect players these days.
Yeah.
So most people don't have
This
any.
is the new Dredge. Like Dredge is a dark horse in Legacy.
Yeah.
So another Glistener Elf. But I see a Terminus in JV's hand. So
But I don't think you'll ever use that for its hard casting.
how much is the casting cost? 5?
6, I think. Let me check.
Yeah, but he has what's that? A hieroglyphic something. You can
Terminus is 6, and it's sorcery.
sorcery. So JV is using staying deep for an answer to that listener elf. One, two, three, four, five. Yes, 5 lands and nope.
Okay, that's
Very
bad news for Seth.
Yeah, it is.
And then he untaps 2 lands.
And JV is not in trouble because he has a Snapcaster Mage that can block the Glistener Elf.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't have any creature. And and JV has lots of cards in his hand for a counter spell. So
Okay, Field of Ruin. He is trying to
disable
disable
blue
Seth's
mana.
blue mana.
Yep, blue mana for Seth. Let's search for Ascanta.
Okay, that is very bad news for
Yep.
Seth.
And he has lots of counter spell in his hand.
Yeah.
I don't think Seth can land a creature here.
Well, the only creature he can land probably is Ink Moth Nexus.
Yeah. Ink Moth Nexus. Now, even though the deck doesn't have it much,
There you
creature.
go. That's Blighted Agent.
Yeah. But
It's
that gets
countered.
countered. So it's counter draw for Cryptic Command. And Seth passes the turn. So, it's a matter of,
Okay.
JV is taking
Ascanta
control
Flip.
of the
Yeah, the
the
game.
game. So it's gonna be hard for Seth to win here.
And with this land, he can actually double search with Ascanta.
Yeah.
Not anymore because he suspended the
Visions.
visions.
I think JV is just waiting for Celestial Colonnade.
Either Celestial Colonnade or the Fairy Ultimates.
What's his ultimate again?
His ultimate is, I think it's whenever you cast a spell, you can bounce something.
Uh,
Yeah, you get an emblem that. No, sorry. Whenever you draw a card, exile target permanent.
okay. But JV has drawn a Jace, so it's gonna be a lot from this point on. There you go. I think that's gonna be Jace.
Okay,
That's
that's already
Super Friends.
That's already a soft lock. Well, technically, it's already a hard lock. It's really hard to get out of that lock already.
Yeah.
Okay, brainstorming.
Well, I've seen a logic not for JV and probably any creature that.
He actually returned two of his terminus.
Yeah. So he can cast it next turn if in case Seth will have a creature.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess Seth wants JV to finish him off before, I mean, instead of him,
Conceding the game.
conceding this first game. Another blighted
Okay, another
agent.
blighted agent. I think he's going to let it go if I were him because he'll anyway.
But there's a
he
path
takes
to
path.
exile, so
Okay. And
Yeah.
Seth concedes.
right. So Seth is really in a
Bad position.
bad
Here.
position against this deck. Has lots of removal. Path to exile, terminus. Then you still have your cryptic commands and the usual counter spells.
Yeah.
So really hard matchup for Seth. If I were JV, I wouldn't change anything.
Well,
Prob-
I think he's going to opt for a more grindy setup in here because uh, if I were him, I would probably put in some spell quellers as well, because what's gonna happen is it's not always that you have a one for one answer to all of Seth's creature, so you might as well have some bodies in there for blocking.
So here's, I think he removed a surgical extraction here. Rest in peace. So he doesn't want to give away how many cards that has decided. I think he
Shuffled everything.
everything,
Yeah.
15 sideboard cards to his main deck, not so that he won't give away how many cards he sideboarded against Seth.
This is how you see some great players. Me, I'm not able. I can't do that. I will definitely not be able to do that.
Unless you have the the transformation.
Yeah, the transformation kind of deck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me too. It's gonna be hard, or
It's really
probably,
hard.
it's much easier if you have your sideboard cards upside down. I've seen some players, have their sideboard cards upside down so that when you put it in your main deck, it's a sideboard card. Probably, but
Yeah, but I don't like seeing that on my deck. But
yeah.
maybe the closest thing that I can do, if I actually am playing this deck for a very very long time, that I've already memorized everything in it, probably I can do that.
Yeah,
But since I like playing different kind of decks every time, probably I won't be able to do that.
yeah, me too. I tried it before, but it's uncomfortable.
It is actually.
I think I only tried it once, and I went back to you know just uh, I do it if I don't need to sideboard anything. That's the only exception. Or yeah, that's the only exception. If you know your sideboard cards, you can do it that way so that because you know which 15 cards you need to remove.
Yeah.
That's the only exception. You can do it. You can do it that way.
Well,
But I guess if you're JV, I wouldn't. I
you will. You will.
I mean, I'm not gonna be changing anything.
Well, I understand the point that he wants to add spell killer. Like I said, it's
Uh,
in fact you need some kind of body on the play as soon as
oh
possible
yeah,
because
yeah.
you don't have any direct answer every time.
Well, yeah, probably.
JV
So
was just lucky earlier that every time Seth brings in something, he has an answer in hand.
well, yeah. Well,
But it's not always gonna happen. That's why you have to put somebody on.
probably it helps so that you can have a clock.
Yeah,
As
not,
you
not,
know,
not really the clock. You really use somebody in there because I'll be honest with you, Logic Nut isn't gonna do anything much for him in this kind of matchup. So probably it's one of the things that he would be removing.
all right, be sideboarding out.
Yeah, and probably he removes his ancestral visions because it versus Infect it's very
So
slow.
it's very slow. Yeah, yeah.
So I think he opted to remove that. If I were him, that's what I would do. And since I'm going to remove those cards that are probably not really dead, but it's too slow, I'd rather have a body in play.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen a surgical extraction. Would you bring in surgical extraction
Uh,
against the deck?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not because there's nothing that Seth needs to flash back that can turn around the
I mean,
game.
if you take care of an infect creature, since the deck doesn't have many creatures.
Yeah, the thing with that is his strategy. His blue white control doesn't have much Wrath of God effects in it. So basically, it's either Path to Exile where you exile the creature,
I mean, if you can counter the creature,
countering
and then
the
you
creature.
can use surgical extraction.
Yeah, but the thing with that is, uh, I don't know. I'd rather have body in there because let's say for example I countered for example just for one logic knot I countered Glistener Elf. I removed the Glistener Elf, sure. How about the other creatures? Am I sure that I can counter everything?
But you still have your, your usual removals.
Yeah, I
I
understand,
mean,
but
you've taken care of 4 creatures
yeah,
with just one.
but the question there is how efficient is your 2 life gonna cost?
Well,
I mean, if you're gonna tell me that this deck is playing dredge, yes, by all means, I will put surgical extraction in there
okay.
because the value of 2 life versus removing 4 stinkweed imps is really big. But in this deck, I'm not really sure. I think not.
Okay. So let's go back to the game here
Yeah, we see there Glister Elf
and
and Noble
Noble
Hierarch.
Hierarch and this hieroglyphic. I forgot the.
I'm not sure what that card is. I'm not
It's a
familiar. I
hieroglyphic.
can't see
Something.
hieroglyphic in anything that starts with hieroglyphic.
Illumination. Yeah, that's the name of the card.
It's hieroglyphic, not
Or I
hieroglyphic.
don't know how to pronounce that.
Oh, it doesn't have an
No, no,
I.
no. It has an I. Hi. No, no. It's HIE.
Oh, there you go. Oh, it's a 4 to cast instant that draws 2
I think
cards, but you can cycle it for 1 and still draw a card.
Yep. I think you cycled it
Yeah, I
earlier.
think I will put this for cycling purposes.
Yep.
4
So-
to cast isn't gonna cut it.
Yeah, yeah. It is, of course, for cycling. So, um, JB's able to counter that card. I'm not really sure that card is.
I'm not sure.
I think
Either
it's a creature.
no. I think it's a pump spell. It's he casted it earlier. So I'm just not sure if it's some kind of G growth or Might of Old Rosa.
Yeah.
Ground
It's using,
spell, so
alternative
it's
art.
5 impact damage. 6 for with Noble Hierarch.
Exalted.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, 6.
Turn 3 6. Ouch.
So just need 4 more poison counters. So next turn, if JV won't be able to deal with the creature, it's guaranteed at least 2 poison counters. And
Yeah.
if Seth has a pump spell, it's probably
Game.
over.
Yeah.
Here we go. I think I see the Queller now in JV's hand. So Queller
Well,
just
nothing.
cast it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just needs a body in there somewhere.
yeah, for a blocker. But Seth now has 2 creatures. But yes, Field of Ruins to take care of the Inkmot Nexus, and then probably a blocker for the Glistener Elf, which gets Path. Or no, that's the one where you put the creature third from top, I think.
Oh, I'm not sure what that is.
Let's see if I was able to write it down. Nope. But that puts the creature, I think, third or second from top.
Some kind of delay effect.
Yeah, it's like the ban card in EDH where you put the creature at the bottom, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, works that way, but
It's not blind. Before in EDH before, commanders can be condemned, but not anymore.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was meant. So,
We've got Ascanta in play again.
and I think JV can attack here with the Spell Queller. Anyway, he's at 18 life.
Probably no,
I know,
because he has Inkmot in
but
play.
he has
Yeah,
Field
has
of
the
Ruins.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's still at 18, and I doubt that Noble Hire can kill him that quick. So here we go. Oh, he blocks the Inkmot Nexus instead of, activating Field of Ruins.
Yeah, I think he needs the land more for now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now another Glistener Elf. I think that's the one that was, placed second on top. And Terminus. So all creatures, right?
Yeah.
Opponents?
Oh, no. All.
At the bottom, right?
Yeah. In any order. What a lucky miracle it is.
It has, I think it has four terminus main deck, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a new build
So
for
four
blue-white
terminus
controllers.
for Pacto Exiles, then you still have at least two cryptic commands. In there,
I
right?
think most are running three.
Three or yeah, two to three. Plus the fact that you have counter spells. But Seth has a creature. That's the
Cyber Elf.
Dryad
Oh,
Arbor,
sorry, Dried Arbor.
which can deal a lot of damage. But JV has Field of Ruins. So
Yeah.
let's see if he will. No, he will
He
be
pumps it with
taking
Penguin
care of
Haven.
it now. But I think he can ignore it for now. It's just two
Regular
damage.
damage.
It's two damage with the Pendelhaven. So and he just choice the Pendelhaven instead of the Dryad Arbor. So he's confident that he can take care of that Dryad Arbor later.
And then remove the breeding pool.
Yeah, for the blue mana.
Yeah.
But Set responds with a
Uh,
Nature's Claim.
yeah. Last two infect counters.
Yeah.
But I think this game is already going in the favor of JB time.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's already late game.
It's a late game. And Set only has a Dryad
Yeah,
Arbor, which can be taken care of.
but it's close actually. Turn 3/5 infect damage is really good.
Yeah, but Dryad Arbor deals regular damage, um, so that gets countered. The
Yeah,
spell
Spell
Spellskite gets
Skite.
countered, and then Snapcaster
Snapcaster.
Mage for probably a Path to Exile or nope,
No.
Elimination.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce the first word. I think it's Hieroglyphic.
Hieroglyphic. I thought it was 0 because I didn't see an eye on the list.
Sorry, I wasn't familiar with this.
Yeah.
I just typed it there when I was taking notes.
So it's Hieroglyphic Illumination and then hard casting it for draw 2 cards.
No, he's able to cast it.
Yeah. Because he can't cycle it anyway.
Yeah, he can, but
No, he can't.
he can.
Yeah. Cycle is you discard the card. When you flash it back, you can't discard it because it's already in the graveyard.
So there's a discard for the cycle.
Yeah,
Oh.
if you cycle, you discard the card and you pay the cycle cost.
Ah, okay. But
Here we go. Colonnade is now attacking together with Snapcaster. Dried Arbor cannot raise those creatures.
Yep. Nope. Here's another spell sky.
Spell Sky.
JB will just take the one damage. He's at 18, so he can afford to lose those life. I can't think of any spell from Seth that can deal with the Colonnade.
Mm, probably Dismember if he has one.
Yeah,
But most in fact have Dismember on sideboard.
yeah, but I guess you'd focus more on the counter spells
Yeah.
instead of killing the creatures.
But at this point, he can't afford Dismember anymore.
Yeah. So there's a blighted agent.
Hard
It's
casting the Hieroglyphic Machination.
elimination.
Illumination, sorry.
That blighted agent is blockable, but he's hard casting
Terminus.
Terminus.
Well, I can understand the rationale behind it.
Yeah, that's cruel. You know, Seth thinks he could have turned things around with that blighted agent, but the board is emptied, and that colonnade will continue to attack for 5, right?
Four.
Or 4.
Actually, Celestial Colonnade is the land version of Sarah Angel.
Mm.
5 to cast, 4/4 flying.
So that Inkmoth Nexus is a turn too late, but it can still block the Colonnade next turn
Yeah. But
unless he has a fog. Then he can attack with with the Inkmoth next turn.
who knows, he might have.
He has a Queller, so JV can flash that Queller anytime. There we go. It's blocked by Inkmoth Nexus. See if JV will take care of. It's not yet blocked. It's just been animated. So
What did he pay for?
he activated it again. Stacking the effect of Ghost Quarter. So he activated the he all this. Yeah, he activated it. Stacks the creature.
No, I
Turns
don't.
into a creature
Yeah,
again.
but it's still a land.
Yeah, and then he casted that spell to protect the Inkmoth Nexus.
Oh, I see. So he puts hexproof in it.
Yep.
Probably that's Ranger's Guile.
I think so.
But still, Nexus died. He just made sure that Colony becomes smaller. And it's down to one more attack.
But
Is
Seth
that
gains
Kitchen Finks?
2 life.
Oh no,
No,
but it gets
counted.
countered.
So that's game. So
Seth, I'm not really sure what Seth is trying to do, but his build is very unconventional.
yeah.
Trying to put in what do you call that? Kitchen Finks.
Yeah, but that's his deck, and that's game. And
Yeah.
JV takes this game, and we'll be back for round 3.